Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Essence of Earth. I am Nikita, your hostess with the mostest, and over here we are going to talk about all the things that are going to help you improve your quality of life. So if you like stuff like that, just go ahead, let's be friends. We can do that by you clicking the subscribe button as well as the notification button, just so you'll be notified every time I post, which just so happens to be every week. Yay! All right, and today we're going to be talking about why are you so tired, friend? Why are you so fatigued, friend? Or like some country folk like to say, like myself, is I'm tired and through, honey. You're tired and through. So we're going to talk about why you're tired and through. Okay, and it really boils down to the mitochondria. And when people say, oh, I'm so tired, it's so much more than just I just want to go to sleep. It's a whole complex process that's happening. Now, there are many factors that could affect your mitochondrial health, which causes you to lack energy. But there are several factors like your gut health, your thyroid health, and things like that. But I kind of just want to break down what the mitochondria is. And I know some of y'all probably haven't had like biology in years. But the mitochondria is literally like the powerhouse of the cell, right? So in order for your food that you eat to be converted into energy, that conversion takes place inside of the mitochondria. So you see how essential it is. We have to break down the mitochondria in the process. So first of all, in order for ATP or energy to be created, it goes through these stages. Now, I'm not going to go into depth, okay, because I love stuff like that. I know not everybody enjoys it. So I like to do the hard part and do the research and then bring it back to you so it can be more digestible. So I'm not going to get into what, turns me on in a book. I don't know if I should have said that. But I'm not going to get into that part, but let's just go over the basics. So in order for energy to really be created, it happens in 3 stages, right? You eat your proteins, you eat your carbs or whatever. That gets kind of put into or turned into what's called acetyl-CoA. Okay, and then the acetyl-CoA gets put into what's called this Krebs cycle or the citric acid cycle. And then from there, it gets put into these electron transport chains. Now, this is my favorite, and this is where a lot of the problems that we have with our mitochondria is because within these electronic transport chain, there are these things like complexes, right? And these electrons have to be transferred through these complexes. But the issue here, right, is sometimes these electrons can escape this little process, this little system. And if you don't know, an unpaired electron is what is called a free radical. I bet you learned something. Thank you. It's a free radical, and that's what a free radical is. And as we know, free radicals in the body is not good because they're kind of seeking around, trying to find out what they can destroy, like the Bible says. But anyways, these electrons are trying to stabilize themselves. They end up getting oxidized by oxygen, and then they turn into these superoxides, causing inflammation and contributing to disease such as cancer. Okay, somebody say cancer, right? So that's one way that we can get free radicals into our system. So you want to make sure that this process is actually functioning properly so that you're not getting all these extra electrons escaping the electron transport chain and messing up your health, right? So the another part of this is that this is kind of like the final stage, but before cellular respiration can even take place, before ATP is created, oxygen has to be present. So if oxygen isn't present, cellular respiration ceases. Energy cannot be made. So this is why it's important, one, for you to really do diaphragmatic breathing. Your breathing matters. And I know sometimes you breathe in, it doesn't go all the way down. Okay. You got to get it to go down. Okay. And usually people, they just breathe right up through the chest and back up. But intentional breathing, deep breathing. And that's why some people meditate, people take their walks or whatever. They like to be out in nature and they like to breathe deep. Okay, that is important so you can get more oxygen into your body, specifically, you know, for this process, right? And then on top of that, this is also why it's important that y'all should be working out. You should be working out. You should be doing some type of exercise, walking, rebounding, getting out in the sun, yoga, movement, because it's so important. If oxygen is not present, energy, ATP, cannot be created. Okay, so boom, I'm sure y'all learned something from that. If you don't learn nothing, you need to get to moving. Okay, so now we're gonna go, how can we help our mitochondria? Like I already said, you gotta work out, you gotta breathe deep, you know, hit high intensity interval training. I think that's how you say it. Doing that, it's going to help you drastically. But moving your body, getting oxygen into your body so that it's at least there, you know, so that ATP can be created. And I'll have you know, once you start working out, baby, you get like the best sleep ever. Like it's the best sleep, which leads me into getting enough sleep. So much happens when you're sleeping that you have to make sure you're getting a good night's rest. I know you got your phone on, y'all watching a series on Netflix. Y'all need to turn that TV off. Y'all need to get y'all behind the bed. Okay, so much is happening, especially in your brain. You got to make sure that you're getting enough rest. Okay, I know some chemicals, some toxins that are in our environment are inescapable, but we got to manage our diet, friends. Okay, we gotta do better with it. You know, just eating the proper foods. You know, a balanced diet, that's gonna help you tremendously. So you can never escape your diet. You're eating more than you're doing anything else, child. Some of y'all. Okay, make sure you're getting the nutrients that you need, your B vitamins. B vitamins are critically important, especially to this whole, the Krebs cycle, acetyl-CoA, the electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation, all of that. B vitamins are necessary. Liposomal glutathione, I've done a video on that. It's a major antioxidant, the mother of antioxidants. So that is something that you can take. Then there is PQQ. And in my reading, my brief reading on PQQ, it does mention that it's pretty much the only like little supplement that can generate new mitochondria. So that's a great supplement that you can take. CoQ10. CoQ10 is also a great supplement that you can take for this. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Melatonin and healthy keto. Okay, healthy keto is a great way, and also if you have cancer and you understand like the metabolic theory of cancer, then you'll understand why going keto is a great way to help heal and reverse that disease. So melatonin is good. I typically don't like to recommend melatonin, one, because it is a hormone in which you if you give it to yourself regularly, your body can stop producing it, or it slows down the natural production of that hormone. And you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So there's that. But yeah, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a great way, one, to reverse a lot of issues in your body, especially if you're dealing with like diabetes and stuff like that. Eliminating the processed sugar, the processed foods, all of that, and implementing intermittent fasting is going to help you tremendously. But intermittent fasting will take you a long way. Now, berberine, I did a video on the benefits of Oregon grape root, and that has like tons of flavonoids and is high in berberine. So berberine is really good for mitochondrial health. Having that balanced diet, you guys, I mean, that is so important. And let me also say, some of y'all have like premature aging. Okay, y'all got the wrinkles and stuff like that. That is a huge sign of your mitochondrial health, because if your mitochondria aren't working properly, aging, you look aged. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But some other ones that can be as a result of, you know, dysfunction in your mitochondria, obviously cancer, like I said, cancer, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, early aging, and like excessive wrinkling. Like those are all signs. Also your cardiovascular health, as well as your brain and nervous system. So those are some of those telltale signs, you know, where it could be your mitochondria. On top of that, the thyroid really manages and controls metabolism. So I get it. Sometimes you may have issues with your thyroid and you got to work on your thyroid health to help, you know, with your overall metabolism of your body. So making sure that you have good digestive health, you have your probiotics, your prebiotics, postbiotics, you're having a balanced diet, you're working out, all of those things will contribute to the health of your mitochondria. And that's all I have. I hope y'all understand why y'all so tired now. It's so much more than just being sleepy, right? It's so much more than that. You have a whole system behind you that's working for you, and we have to help our bodies work by giving it the fuel that it needs. So I hope this blessed you in some kind of way, and if it did, we can be friends again, and we can do that by subscribing, clicking the notification bell, sharing this with all your friends, because now we're friends. And until next time, bye.